If you weren't keeping tabs on the president's social media over the weekend, you might have missed a doozy. Trump posted an AI picture of himself looking like Lieutenant Colonel Bill Kilgore from the movie Apocalypse Now, and wrote, borrowing from the film's most famous line, quote, "I love the smell of deportation in the morning. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War." Now, as you well know, the president has threatened to send federal agents and the National Guard into the Windy City. He even said last week, quote, "We're going in." But notably, he didn't offer a timeline. And the president was asked if he was, quote, "going to war with Chicago" by a reporter on Sunday. And here's what he had to say.
Are you trying to go to war with Chicago?
Fake news. When you say that, darling, that's fake news.
Well, why would
I don't go to war.
Defense?
Listen, be quiet. Listen. You don't listen. You never listen. That's why you're second rate. We're not going to war. We're going to clean up our city. We're going to clean them up so they don't kill 5 people every weekend. That's not war. That's common sense.
Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson ordered local police not to cooperate with agents or troops Trump may deploy to his city, an effort to, in his words, quote, "stand up against this tyranny." Florida's Surgeon General Joseph Ladapo vowed to end, quote, "every last one of the state's vaccine mandates for school children" late last week. As you can imagine, the move got people talking. Vaccine critics were loving it, hailing him as a hero, and everybody else pointed out that, unlike Vegas, what happens in Florida does not stay in Florida, meaning that ending vaccine mandates in the Sunshine State could impact the other 49. But that fact does not seem to faze Ladapo in the slightest. Here he is on CNN's State of the Union Sunday, sparring with host Jake Tapper, when he was asked if he and his team studied the impact of their decision before announcing it.
In terms of, analysis, well, ultimately, this is an issue very clearly of parents' rights. So do I need to analyze whether it's appropriate for parents to be able to decide what goes into their children's bodies? I don't need to do an analysis on that.
Ladapo has failed to give a timeline for his plan, which has drawn criticism from Republican Senator Rick Scott, and even some caution from President Trump, who noted, quote, "You have some vaccines that are so amazing." Jack Schlossberg. He's the grandson of John F. Kennedy and a popular lefty influencer who announced over the weekend that he's exploring a run for Congress, which shouldn't really be a huge surprise since we know how much a Kennedy loves running for anything. Congressman Jerry Nadler of New York's 12th District recently announced that he would not be seeking an 18th term, and the Kennedy scion is potentially entering a crowded field. The 12th District covers right where I am sitting right now in the middle of Manhattan. Now, you might have heard of Schlossberg before. He's made a bit of a name for himself online by repeatedly trolling his uncle, HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., or you might know him for some other kind of oddball, even controversial online antics, like questioning whether Vice President J.D. Vance's wife, Usha, is, quote, hotter than his late grandmother, Jackie O, or his potty-mouthed tirade against Elon Musk's Doge. Now, his announcement comes after he posted a poll on Instagram asking followers if he should run. 91% said he should. To be fair, they are his followers, so take that for what it's worth. For more on this story and everything else you could possibly want to know, check out the New York Post in print or online. And don't forget, like and subscribe to the New York Post cast wherever you get your podcasts, and on YouTube. You'll be glad you did.